It's not often that a number one pick gets kind of lost in the broader eye of the basketball audience, but that's kind of the case with Cade Cunningham right now, who is now entering his third season, only played 12 games last year because of a shin injury. And I wanted to do a video on Cade Cunningham because I just think this dude is going to be a star. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. And, it's time that, the broader basketball audience got reintroduced to Cade Cunningham, and it's time to get a refresher on him. And now that the Pistons have Cade Cunningham back, they kind of have a outside chance to make the play-in. I had him tiered in the play-in hopefuls tier of my Eastern Conference tier list. I did a video about that a few weeks ago. And Cade is flanked by young players who could shoot, veteran players who will actually get playing time, and a new coaching staff. So there is a lot of stuff there that's building and needs to coalesce, but it's all kind of not worthless, but kind of wasting everybody's time if you don't have the franchise player that everything's centered around. And Cade Cunningham is that guy. His rookie year, it started off a little slow with that ankle injury he was dealing with, and he was getting a little bit better as he was getting removed from it. But it was the post-All-Star break of that rookie year where Cade Cunningham was showing flashes of being a star-level, franchise-level type of player. Stretches of dominance where he took control of the game with his usual pick your spots, play at your own pace, get the defender on your hip, get to your spots type of moves that he was displaying at a young, poised age of, at the time, it was 20 years old. Now he's 22, entering his third year, and he's going to be looking to make a stamp and get back on track to being the franchise level player that we all, believe he can be. And like I said, it's not a matter of if, it's when Cade turns into that franchise level guy, because he has all the tools. And if you go back to that dominant stretch he had post All-Star break, and I wouldn't say dominant, but you could tell he upped his game up, and there were a lot of stretches. Specifically, there were 2 games against Boston that post All-Star break. There was the game against the Brooklyn Nets when Kevin Durant was on the team and Cade was making shot after shot in the fourth quarter. The Pistons beat the Sixers. There were some decent competition post All-Star break where Cade showed his flashes, and it got me excited going into his second year. But first things first, Cade has the playmaking ability to be a ball-dominant level offensive player, one that you have no problem giving high usage to, because he can make every pass in the book. And that was displayed early in his rookie year, and it got better as that year went along, and especially post All-Star break. And it's not just that he can make every pass in the book, like, a whip pass one hand to the weak side corner, or, lobbing it up to a lob threat like when they traded for Marvin Bagley and they immediately gained chemistry post-Bagley trade, or the connecting passes Cade makes where he's one step ahead of the defense because he knows where to go with the ball before the ball swings to him. He is very clever. I noticed when I was going back and watching some film that Cade likes to do clever things like the look-off pass where he's looking at the corner, the weak side corner, and then he'll just do a very slick drop-off bounce pass to a big for a layup, or he'll look at the lob person and then he'll whip a pass to the corner. And his situational passing is very intuitive and very poised for, someone who is very young. He knows what type of passes work in certain situations and live speed, whether this bounce pass will work in tight quarters, or do I need to hang in the air a little bit longer or give another fake to open up a passing window. Cade has all those type of passing qualities that a lot of, ball dominant stars have already. Cade averaged, you could see the numbers on the screen, Cade averaged just over 5 assists per game, before the All-Star break, then that 2020-21 season. And then post All-Star break, it jumped to 6. And then in the 12 games he played before he was sidelined last year, he averaged 6. And the Pistons have a lot of options now if you look up and down the roster. You got Bojan Bogdanovic, who, Cade found quite a bit before he went down last year, found him on a bunch of open threes and stuff like that. Now you have Joe Harris. Alec Burks shot 41% from three last year. So you have some shooters around you. You have some athletes around you who will finish lobs or run in transition, and Cade will find you in the open floor, which is another element of his passing he's really good at, with Asar Thompson, Jalen Duren, and then you have Jaden Ivey, who last year got a bunch of reps with Cade out, is also a low-key, really good catch-and-shoot three-point shooter, someone that can also attack a closeout with his blazing speed, and that's just going to help Ivy a lot having Cade next to him again. James Wiseman and Marvin Bagley, they're competing for the backup center spot. That's what Monty Williams intimated in camp. If you look up and down this Pistons roster, it's young, but they have some vets that can play. They have some young athletic guys. You look at the team Cade is going into now, he has a lot of options when it comes to his passing ability. He can also, as his career goes on, I could see him posting up a lot more because he's 6'6", 6'7". He's always going to have an advantage, usually, and you can post him up and he'll make plays off of that. Cade is a very damn good passer, and as his career goes on and he gets better at it, he's just going to be even nastier. And then he's very good at getting to his spots. And when he's running pick and roll, he's very good at being methodical. He'll get the defender that is defending him, that is getting screened. He'll get that defender on his backside, so he's between the guy defending the roll man and the guy that was guarding him. And it's either going to be an easy pull-up mid-range, or it'll just be some nasty drop-off pass. He's very deliberate too, so you got to be able to stay disciplined when you're guarding somebody like that. It's kind of like Gilgeous-Alexander in a way. And I think that mold of style of play, not necessarily comparing Shea, Cade, or even Luka, just their ability to play at their own pace. They're not the fastest guys in the gym, but they are very quick. They have a quick first step, and they're big, so they can just mosey and maneuver and carve out space and get to their spot and elevate for an easy shot. Cade is just very good at that. And players who are good at that know themselves, know their space that they're operating in, and know how to carve out space. Those guys are hard to stop. It's just a matter of Cade needs to get better at finishing at the rim, which if he keeps adding strength, that's only going to help. I actually expect Cade to be better finishing at the rim this year. I also expect Cade to be, at the very least, a league average three-point shooter, because that's the swing skill for Cade. If Cade can master the pull-up jumper, that's going to open up so much stuff for him. Pre-All-Star break his rookie year, he shot 32.7% from three, and then post-All-Star break, he shot 27.5% from three as he was taking more three-point attempts. But if you just look at the mechanics, and I know the Pistons were kind of working on his mechanics after he got drafted, he really found some comfort in the long mid-range area. He shot 42% from long mid-range his rookie year. And, in the 12 games he played last year, he shot 43% on all mid-rangers. That's per cleaning the glass. The shot just needs to extend further out, and there's been flashes of it. And you'll see the film up here, like games against the Celtics, games against the Clippers. When that shot is on, you really see just how deadly this guy can be once he gets older, once he gets more years under his belt, as he keeps getting better. Also, he's a hard worker. He seems like an old soul too, just from the outside looking in. And that jumper, that's going to be the swing skill for him, man, because that's what's going to open everything up. That's going to make his, methodical style of type of basketball, that's only going to enhance it, and that's going to make everybody else around him better. And I think his teammates are going to help him out too, because especially if Cade gets his jumper down and he becomes a 35, 36, 37% three-point shooter, you can run off-ball stuff with him. There's a few clips, especially post-All-Star break his rookie year, where the Pistons ran him off of off-ball actions. Can you imagine Jalen Duren with his slick passing that he displayed his rookie year? Maybe down the road as they develop, you run splits with Cade and Bojan Bogdanovic. I mean, I don't think that's in the cards, but that's something that could be in the cards. But jump shot aside, I mean, Cade just has it. The feel, the handle, the shot mechanics, the cerebral play, his playmaking ability. That guy just has it. There's just the way he thinks basketball, there's just no way that he could fail. I see Cade as a future superstar, future MVP candidate because of the skills he has, the players that he has around him now. The Pistons are building something nice out there because I like Jalen Duren. I like Jaden Ivey as somebody that could play off of Cade. I love Asar Thompson. I did a video on him over the summer. Isaiah Stewart, you know, I might be in the unpopular opinion here. Isaiah Stewart's a very nice young player. I just don't like starting two bigs together, even though I know Isaiah Stewart's versatile, can defend, and has shown a willingness to expand his range and, you know, shoot from deep. But that really doesn't matter right now. All that matters right now is that the Pistons make sure that Cade Cunningham continues on the track of being their star, their sun, where the solar system orbits around everything. And not only now does he have the young teammates around him and the veterans to, you know, perform around him. Isaiah Livers' injury in training camp was a bummer because I was really looking forward to seeing him get rotation minutes this year. Hopefully it's nothing serious and he can get back into rotation easy. Imani seems to like him. But the new coaching staff, young players, vets that can play that will also help out Cade, that's only going to speed track his development. Because like I said, it's not a matter of if, but it's a matter of when Cade Cunningham becomes one of the best players in the league.